Good evening. I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Husker pitcher Brett Sears earned first-team All-Central Region recognition from the American Baseball Coaches Association earlier today. The Big Ten Pitcher of the Year was 9-1 with a 2.16 ERA and had 101 strikeouts in 104 innings. Nebraska softball added another transfer to their roster today, this time from Arizona. Olivia DiNardo, a catcher and utility player, spent the past 2 seasons with the Wildcats and will have 2 years of eligibility remaining. In her career at Arizona, DiNardo hit .340 with 20 home runs and 74 RBIs. Head coach Rhonda Ravel said in a statement, quote, "Olivia DiNardo is an exceptional softball talent, and we are so excited that she is joining the Red Team. She is a fierce competitor who loves to compete and win. She has the ability to immediately step on the field for the Huskers and make a big impact on both sides of the ball." End quote. In national news, 16-time champion of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, Joey Chestnut, will not compete in the event next month. Chestnut chose to represent another hot dog brand and will therefore not be allowed to compete. In a statement, Major League Eating event organizer George Shea said, quote, "It would be like Michael Jordan saying to Nike, 'I'm going to represent Adidas too.'" End quote. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Hour 1 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Here come the Razorbacks, bumping over the left. Gillen, she's stopped. Rick Allen, block number 11 for the Team 16. They're body bumping in Lincoln.
Dillon turns, hands it off to Dowdell, left side, bounces to the outside, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dante Dowdell.
Shelley throws down low. Markowski kicks it out to Jazz, knocked away by Marshall. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Shelley for 3. You betcha! Huskers take their first lead of the game with 30 seconds left.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Called strike 3. Breaking ball outside corner. Make it an even 10 for McConaughey, and the Hoosiers leave 2 more here in the top of the 7th.
Now the 3-2, and Bretwell swings and hammers it deep center field. She's gone! Home run, Eva Bretwell, and a 2-0 lead for the Cornhuskers.
Tominaga with 9, 8, 7, starts down the right side, goes to the right sideline, 4 seconds, step back, 30-footer. Got it! Unbelievable! I don't believe what I just saw. Tominaga knocks it home.
Here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Jeremiah Sirles on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome in to this Tuesday night edition of Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody, and the big dog is back, and he is showing off the guns. You got the tank top on today.
I am, and Jessica, it's a sad day.
Why?
I just heard on the ticker some of the worst possible news I could have ever
Chestnut.
heard. Joey Chestnut is not going to be allowed to compete in the 4th of July Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I am distraught.
I was going to open up the show with that and ask you, where does his run compare in the greatest dynasties of all time?
He is the greatest athlete of our generation. The 2021, when he broke the record, that's a where were you moment.
Yeah.
That's a what were you doing when Joey Chestnut? I was like, I was shoving hot dogs down my gullet too in support, right? Like, you got to watch. I cannot believe that. I mean, and at the end of the day, dude, how are you not going to let him compete? It's hot dogs. Like, it's not like yeah, you can say it's like Nikes and Adidas, but no, it's not. It's hot dogs. You got to let the guy compete. He's the greatest athlete of our generation. It's not even close.
I didn't even realize there was that many competitions to compete, you know? Like, is this like live at first PGA, I guess? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm distraught. This is not okay. This is not. We have to start a petition or something. We have to say #Save Joey Chestnut.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that are upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't watch.
This is like basically leaving Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team.
I mean, you can't have the hot dog contest without Nathan. Without Joey.
I know.
I mean, no one wants to watch the second best hot dog eater in the world. Like, no. That's like, hey, yeah, Tom Brady, I know, like but he's not going to play in the Super Bowl.
What's his stomach going to look like when?
I can't imagine what it looks like now.
I know.
I mean, I watch those, and as I am fascinated as I am by it, it still is a marvel to me how they're not dead. Like, how do you eat that much food and physically live? I don't. And then the guys that dunk it in the sugar water, they're like, let me just dunk it in this red Kool-Aid and then just inhale it down my gullet.
Makes me gag thinking about it.
I'm boycotting.
How many hot dogs can you eat?
And how long?
I don't know.
I mean,
not
I bet you in 10 minutes I could get 15 or 16 down.
Okay, if you were just sitting down to eat at the 4th of July, no timetable in it, how many hot dogs would you eat in a row? Could you eat in a row?
I bet you I could get north of 20. I mean, I really do. I mean, I bet you I could get north of 20, especially if they're the Fairberry red hot dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, now
Fairberry,
especially game day hot dogs. I mean, we're talking 25 plus there. If we're talking straight out of the foil, right down the gullet, absolutely could hammer some.
Cole, how many hot dogs can you eat? Not 20. Camden?
We could push 10 maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
We're going to need to pump those. Those are rookie numbers, man. We're going to need to get those. What about you? How many hot dogs? You don't eat meat.
I do not.
How many Impossible hot dogs do you think you could eat? Because isn't that the whole reason? Cole, tell me, it's Joey Chestnut, he's supporting the Impossible hot dog, right?
Do you know, I did have a turkey dog the other day. It was pretty good.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
How many turkey dogs could you eat?
One.
One?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You're not giving yourself enough credit.
I'm not a huge, I've never even, when I was a little kid, I didn't like hot dogs.
Oh, this is funny. My mom, from the ages of 2 to 3, I would eat nothing but hot dogs and rice. That was it. I would boycott food. And so she finally
What kind
gave
of
it.
rice?
White rice. She would finally, lunch and dinner, hot dogs, cut up hot dogs, white rice. It's probably why I'm so big.
Wow, that's insane. You're fired up today.
I am fired up today. It's been a good day. We had our podcast earlier, the O-line committee that me and my buddy do. It's been a good day, kind of hanging out, and the weather's finally turned into more summertime. So yeah, it's been a good day.
Until the Joey Chestnut news.
Until the Joey Chestnut news came, and now my day's ruined.
Well, I also did want to hit on, before we dive into a bunch of other topics, the big news that Camden just had in the ticker with Olivia DiNardo for softball. Yet another Wasshopper of an addition for Rhonda Revelle and this Nebraska softball team. They are doing some work in the portal. I really do think that this is going to be a team that really could. And Jordy needs to stay healthy, but I think they're building some depth there at pitcher too. But I think this could be a team that can compete in Oklahoma City. So I am excited. Congratulations to the Red Team. They are building quite the squad. They got so if you look at the additions that they added to replace some of the players that left. So you're replacing Billy Andrews. You got a shortstop with Ava Cusack from Wisconsin. She'll play shortstop. And then the big bat today, Olivia DiNardo, I'm told that she could be a 20 home run hitter. So big additions there. And I do think they still have a potential to maybe add one more huge addition. So big news there for Husker softball, as we just watched Oklahoma win their 4th straight title, and maybe it's Nebraska that derails them next year. I don't know. We'll see. So would you get in the box and maybe try to hit against Jordy Ball?
No. I have never played a single organized inning of baseball in my entire life. No.
Not T-ball or anything?
And funny enough, we showed up to my son's T-ball. He's doing wide T-ball this summer. We showed up on Saturday, and I'm dressed like I am right now, right? I have my slides on. I'm ready to just chill and watch. And the coach was like, "Hey, I need some help." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "You're gonna get him, and you're gonna just have him start hitting." I was like, "I've never
swung a bat.
I've never done anything I barely even play celebrity softball tournaments." And he's like, "It's fine. They're children. Just tell them to swing hard." And so I'm sitting there trying to tell these 4-year-olds who have never played I don't know if half of them are right-handed, half of them are left-handed. I'm like, yeah, you put the bottom hand there, the top hand here, and you just swing away. I was like, I have no idea what's happening.
So you talk about a baseball swing that you try to avoid when you go to golf. You're you're teaching them golf swings on a baseball bat.
Yeah, basically. I'm just swing as hard as you can, right? That's what one of my buddies told me. He's like, just teach your young kids to just swing really hard. He played professional baseball, so I was like, all right. So every time Ver has a golf club or a baseball bat in his hand, I say just swing as hard as you can. What is the Ver man's favorite sport right now? Probably football. But he's in multiple he did flag football. He's doing junior golf out at Firethorn this summer. He's doing T-ball. We'll probably put him in some soccer. We'll just kind of let him do whatever. At this age, I think it's just good to get multiple sports. It teaches different types of body control, and then you just kind of let him decide what he wants to do.
He is getting to the point where he's pretty invested in Husker football.
Husker football and the NFL. He refers to every NFL player as daddy's clients. I'm like, I wish. I wish they were all my clients. But no, he loves the New York Giants, are his favorite team. Which is fascinating. He just kind of latched onto them. I did have a second rounder there, so we watch them quite often. So he would get to the point when you say, like, did the Giants win? He'd be like, nobody. But I really wanted him to win. I'd be like, yeah, me too. But no, and he still calls them my Huskers. So I didn't get a chance to bring him out to a spring practice this year. I'm hoping to get him out to a fall camp. We'll definitely come to some games this year too, though.
Okay, so while we're with the NFL, Cam Jurgens, with the retirement of Jason Kelce, is he ready to move into that center spot?
Yeah, we actually just broke down the top 10 O-lines on our podcast today, and I had the Eagles at number 4, because they did lose Kelce, right? But they drafted Jurgens to replace Kelce 2 years ago, right? And so he's got a chance to learn from him and understand him. He got playing experience last year at the right guard spot. Bump him inside like that. They're gonna roll right where they left off. I mean, it's gonna take Cam some time, but I think he can be an elite center.
How much was he practicing back at center? I mean, when he was starting at guard, but throughout practice, like how much did he rotate in there, do you think?
Yeah, he probably still was doing it in practice, still doing it in pre-practice, and he was the backup center his second year, so he probably took a ton of reps there. But that's a skill set that you don't really lose. You're a natural center. You're used to that. I mean, he had the issues in college with the snaps, but I think that's all got resolved and moved forward with. And so, I think he's going to have plenty of reps, and he's going to do a great job for the Eagles.
Which Husker offensive linemen are you most intrigued to see how they come out in the fall?
I think Micah, the transfer from Florida.
Mazuka.
Yeah, Mazuka. I'm very intrigued to see. I watched him at Florida. We talked about yesterday, he's got that dog in him, right? He's going to fight. I think he can come in and elevate the guard spot for us. I'm really excited to see how he goes. And I'm also excited to see Ben Scott in year 2, right? Year 2, you're in command of the center. You're no longer the new guy in the room. You're the quarterback of the offensive line. Really curious to see if he can take that big step and be the NFL center that people are projecting him to be.
For a center like that, for Ben Scott, and we saw a rotation of quarterbacks, how does that affect the center?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Not just with the under center stuff, right? Every quarterback is different, how they get under the undercarriage there and where they put their hands and how you feel it, but also just getting in rhythm with them from there's like snap count from how they clap to how their rhythm is a verbal count, and also just how they see things in the field and how you see things, right? Hey, if I'm turning the protection this way, do you see it the same way or do we see it differently? And just getting on the same page. And when you have multiple quarterbacks in there, especially young quarterbacks, more will fall on the center. And that's why I'm excited Ben's such a vet. Right? If you have it's like the NFL, you never want a rookie center and a rookie quarterback together, right? That's just a recipe for disaster. So at least like here, we have a veteran center in Ben Scott, possibly a rookie quarterback in Dylan, and that could be a really good pairing.
And even last year, you had basically 3 completely different quarterbacks, too. I mean, what does that say about Ben? Because it didn't seem like there were many snap issues either. So what does that say about him and the job that he did in managing all of that?
Yeah, he did phenomenal, especially coming from a new guy, right? I mean, he hasn't been here for a long time, so he just stepped right in and managed the call. And I think that's another testament to Coach Raiola of how he prepares these guys and how he gets them ready to go at each spot. So, yeah, he did a phenomenal job last year, and he's going to be asked to do even more this year.
And he was hurt basically the whole last half
Well,
of
that's
the
a big
season.
piece, too, is he's got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
He's got to be able to stay healthy. I mean, this is his final year, right? He wants to go to the NFL, as all starting O-linemen in the Big Ten do. If he can stay healthy this year, he's going to put his name in contention.
Okay, so someone in the chat last night, we didn't get to it, asked what's more important, height or weight for an offensive lineman?
It's a combination of the two.
Yeah.
You can be 6'10", but if you're 285, you're toast, and you can be 330 pounds, and if you're 6 foot, you're toast. Right? I mean, it's a combination of the two. If I had to say, I'd say probably weight and then arm length. As weird as that is to say, you need to have longer arms to be more successful at the position because you got to get those dudes away from you. Right? Like you let those dudes into your chest, they're just going to murder you. So, I think arm length and height are kind of a correlation there, but it's definitely the blend of the two because you have to be strong enough and fast enough that you can move, but you also have to be heavy enough you can sit down on a guy that's going to bull rush you.
There you go. I think it was Crypto that asked that last night.
There you go,
okay,
Crypto.
the texts are already rolling in, so we will get to those on the other side of this break. But, yeah, I see those. One of them, I'll say right now, Steve in Bellevue said, oh, my dog, 20 to 25, only 2 for me. It floated up. Going back to the hot dog conversation.
I mean, 25 might be low. I mean, I don't know. If I could just sit down and just have a time to just continue to get fresh hot dogs brought to me, I mean, 25 might be a low number.
By the way, you forgot to take home cookies to the kids last night.
I did. I'll get them today.
Okay.
I'll get them today.
All right, keep those texts rolling in. We will get to those that have already come in. Also, phone lines open for you, too, if you want to chat with the big dog. 402-413-2400. That is our Sports Nightly hotline number. Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm broadcasting major Macy Byers with Campus News. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is building the first federal research center for climate-smart precision ag at UNL's Innovation Campus. News of the $160 million USDA facility comes as Nebraska prepares to build the new N-Farms platform near Meade, which will be among the largest precision ag research sites for universities across the nation.
O'Reilly. Eliminate carbon and varnish deposits with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up. A clean fuel system can increase performance and fuel economy. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for just $9 and get 2 times O Rewards points. In-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails. Play a round of golf or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Get ready to rule the field and revolutionize your farming game with Valley, the game changer in irrigation and ag tech solutions. With time and labor-saving measures, ground truthing results, and effective input reduction, Valley provides the perfect game plan so you stay ahead of what's in the field. From the best in irrigation and cutting-edge ag tech solutions to personalized support, Valley is your winning team. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game. Woodhouse has been delivering you confidence in car buying since 1975, and now we're giving you the convenience of doing it 100% online with Buy Now. Anytime, from anywhere, you can compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected, pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are available to purchase completely online. Shop smarter with personalized, estimated payments on all the inventory. Apply for financing and schedule your driveway delivery all online. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails. Play a round of golf or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody with Jeremiah Sirles. We had a couple questions, one on the text line and a couple in the chat asking about Greg. Greg I talked to him today. He's doing all right. He's going to maybe try to join us at the end of this week, but hopefully he'll be back next week. But you know, he's fighting, and I know he appreciates all the people that are praying for him and all those well wishes. He checks the text line, so you know, we have the app on our phone, so we can see even when we're not here, we can see when you guys text in. So I know he appreciates all that, all the love and support that you guys have been sending him.
I wonder if he's not listening and checking and be like, what are those guys talking about?
My
like
gosh.
just hot dog list. Like, I'm going to get a text from Greg and be like, are you guys talking about hot dogs on my show right now? I'll be like, listen, Greg, Joey Chestnut had an issue. I'm sorry. We had to bring it up. It had to be brought up.
I mean, one of the most,
the greatest athlete of our generation.
Yeah.
I'll die on this hill.
Okay, so Art in Los Angeles, one of our favorite texters. Hi, Jess. So Jeremiah ate a lot of hot dogs growing up as a kid. Is that why he is known as the big dog? Why is everyone calling him the big dog? He reminds me more of a Rico Suave or young Brad Pitt, GBR.
I disagree, but thank you.
You don't think you look like Brad Pitt?
You and Greg just kind of picked it up, right?
So we have a group chat, a group text thread between the three of us, and something happened, and you sent a like a meme or a GIF with like the big dog, let the big dog eat or something.
Let the big dog eat, yeah.
And then it just stopped. And so from then on out, and then it just started as a joke, and then it stuck.
Yeah, it's there.
So
it's the
then
thing now.
Greg and I just keep calling you the big dog.
I love it. I'm here for it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good nickname.
Yeah, I've had worse.
You're a fan of nicknames.
I am.
You embrace them.
Big nickname.
How many nicknames do you have?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Not many for me. I mean, my wife loves to call me Germ, even though it drives me nuts. I got Jay. I got Sirles. One of my best friend's sons calls me Sirles. Yeah, that's about it, though.
Most people just call me by my last name, Coody.
Yeah, Coody. I mean, that's a sports thing.
Yeah.
Like a sports thing is like you kind of get used to getting called by your last name, and like I remember during training camp, like you only get referred to by Sirles, and you go out in public, someone's like Jeremiah, and you're like, oh yeah, that's my name.
Okay, so this is another thing I wanted to get into with you here this week, and Mike on our text line did send in a question about it, asking about the communication in the headsets. Let me pull up the exact question, which we talked a little bit in the podcast, but it is a change that's coming to college football this year, that the communication can happen between the quarterbacks and then a defensive player. So does the communication being in the helmet affect the O-line any differently? That was the specific question.
No, that's the nice thing about it is it doesn't. In fact, I think it helps the O-line because if it was a signal hurry-up offense, so many times the lineman had to look to the sideline to get the signals. I mean, I can remember Benhart and Turner a couple times, like looking around, like, okay, what's the signal, and then relaying it back because the center, once he puts the hand on the ball, can't pick it up or it's a false start. You know, so when everything's communicated via headset to the quarterback, then everyone's on the same page, right? Because there's one voice, one person in command. He then echoes it back to everyone, and there's no questions. There's no, did I look at the wrong guy for the wrong signal, or did I not get the right signal? Like, it just mainstreams everything. And anytime there's one voice,
everything else seems to go much better.
So we'll say this, Nebraska's been using that helmet technology for the offense anyways, going back to last year. So Heinrich Harburg's used to it. I talked to the freshman quarterbacks. They said it was a huge adjustment. Like kind of, oh my gosh, what's going on? Hearing that in your head for the first time. You had a funny story where you were playing in the NFL and it cut off mid-play, and it's like, okay, what are we going to do now?
I mean, so I don't know. I think it's going to be the same, but in the NFL, at 15 seconds on the shot clock, it gets cut off, right?
You call it shot clock in football, too?
It's the shot clock. I mean, if it goes off, you get a penalty. But, I think that's going to be an adjustment, too, because there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. And I'm not throwing shade at anyone, but I've talked to enough quarterbacks that they're like, in the moment of the game, just give me the play and get out of my ear.
Yeah.
Right? And so many coaches want to be like, give the play and be like, all right, look for the down safety over here. If this guy rolls this way, then make sure we cut it to that. Hey, make sure you double check and make sure that receiver knows what he's doing. And then, all right, and then it cuts out and the quarterback's like frozen. Like, you're in the huddle, like, speak. We have to like, that can get, I mean, think about just having, I couldn't do it. There's no way I could play a football game with a voice
in
my
head,
head.
in your ears.
Did you not see that block? I'm like, I'm sorry. Right? But like, you see it, and like Matthew Stafford had a funny clip that he was sitting there at like a timeout and he's trying to call the play and he's like, oh my gosh, Sean's still talking. Like Sean McVay, and like you just, and it's not quiet. Like it's loud because it has to be for you to be able to hear. So it's a loud thing. It's right next to your ear, but it just makes the game so much simpler for everyone involved once you get used to it. Right, it's harder for the quarterbacks, obviously. They got to memorize, they got to be able to recite, they got to be able to do the recall stuff. But, I mean, you don't have to worry about people stealing signals anymore. Like, you don't have to worry about reading off a wristband. Like, you get the play call, and you just read it back. And then everyone's there, ready, break, and we go play ball.
Certain quarterbacks like it differently, though, right? You prefer, I mean, like the kind of communication that they hear in the helmets, like it. So depending on the three quarterbacks that might play, it might be different kind of communication for Satterfield.
For sure, and Sat's going to have to adjust to each one, right? I mean, that's the nice thing about the NFL is your starter is your starter, and you might have had him for a long time. He says, hey, this is how I want it. I'm okay if you give me this. Don't do this. But sometimes coaches can't help themselves but just think, like, I have to give you every piece of information that I can
in 15 seconds,
in 20 seconds here, and like, be like, all right, here we go. Look, and I mean, it's going to be different. Sometimes plays come with checks, right? And I think you'll see a lot more hurry up in the college system now because coaches can talk to you while it's like, hurry up, get on the ball, get everyone lined up, do the fake clap, let the coaches see everything, and then let the coach make the check in the ear and then go. Like, I think that's going to be more the pattern we see in college versus the classic huddle up, echo the play call in, read it back, break the line of scrimmage, and go.
So, and they can wear, one player on the defensive side of the ball can wear the helmet and have that technology. And I thought it was fascinating. I asked Tony White about it back in the spring, and they were still trying to figure out how they wanted to utilize it and which guy they wanted to use it, because you think about how many guys they rotated and all the different looks, and it's also special teams as well. So they were still, I think Isaac Gifford, John Bullock, there was like 3 or 4 different guys that all had it, but that'll probably change from week to week on which guys.
Yeah, I mean, you put it basically on the guy that plays the highest percentage of snaps, which in this defense is probably going to be the safety, right? Like a Deshaun Singleton or an Isaac Gifford, those guys that you don't really pull off the field. D linemen rotate like crazy. The outside linebackers, you probably could have put it on Luke Reimer or Nick Henrich last year if they would have stayed healthy, right? Hey, quarterback in the middle. But, you're going to want to definitely just have one guy that you can say, hey, this dude's not coming off the field unless there's an injury. And then that's the one you want to have, because defense is slightly different. You can make checks a lot quicker on defense. It's just a matter of getting the communication shared different because you don't really huddle. So that's going to be another interesting thing, too. They use a lot more hand signals. Defense always has, because it's loud. You want your crowd, especially at home, you want to be everything loud and crazy, so you don't want to be like, hey, shh, we have to make checks. Like, quiet down, crowd. You still want it to be loud and crazy and then be able to communicate that way.
You brought up Deshaun Singleton, and for those that don't listen to the podcast or haven't listened to the podcast, Jeremiah Sirles, since I've been doing the podcast with him, has not met a defensive back that he likes until Deshaun Singleton. You are a fan of that guy.
I am, because he will come down in the box and he will hit you. And you have to do that. And we talked about it when Tony White got hired. And I was like, listen, if you're going to put 5 DBs on the field, they better be able to tackle. And he was the one guy consistently last year that I thought really came up and played well in the box, took good angles. He is my favorite DB on this team, maybe my favorite DB ever. I mean, it's not a long list. But no, I'm very excited for him. I'm hoping he comes back off the injury. He's going to be able to be healthy, be great, because he's going to be a massive piece of this defense this year.
Funny story about Deshaun. I feel bad. I might be throwing him under the bus a little bit, but it's funny. And he's got a great demeanor, great personality, so I think he'll be all right with it. So I was in here, and it was the first time we had Troy Dannon in studio. It was in the middle of spring practice, and I guess Deshaun didn't have his key card to get in. So I'm sitting here, interviewing Troy Dannon, and right in the background during an entire interview, Deshaun is just like knocking on the window, trying to get in. And I was like, okay, we got to stop. So we had to stop the interview with the AD to let in Deshaun to get in.
Classic. I hope they had met, right? You hope they had met at that point. Be like, oh, hi, I'm Deshaun. Oh, hi, nice to meet you.
Well,
I'm your new AD.
You couldn't hear it when you played it back, but we could hear it sitting here. So I'm like, okay, there's just this constant knocking during an entire answer to a question. So I was like, and Keith Mann was sitting right there on his phone, and I'm like, Keith,
Should have
so it's
thrown
kind
the
of funny.
Rubik's Cube at him and hey, wake up, Keith.
So I had to give Deshaun a hard time about it. Next time I saw it, I was like, you interrupted my interview with the AD, but he's great. He's going to be a big piece to this.
Huge.
For the Husker defense, and hopefully, I do think it was good. He's proven, and you and I have talked about this several times, but he's proven himself so they could take their time with him and make sure that he's back fully healthy before they get him out there.
He wasn't a guy that you're like, we got to get him out there for spring ball. He's got to get the reps. Like, no, we need him in the fall, right? I'm glad that he was kind of able to be around during spring ball, do some stuff moving around, but he's a guy that you don't risk re-injury by pushing back too early, because he is going to be a difference maker, not just a contributor, but a difference maker for that defense this year.
So besides Deshaun, which defensive player are you most intrigued to see how they come out in the fall?
I want to see the progression for Cam Leonard. I mean, he showed so many flashes last year as a young player, and guys take massive jumps from year 1 to year 2. You've got a full year in the system, got a full year of strength and conditioning, you've got tape that you can go back and look at yourself and self-scout and work on certain things. And from people that I've talked to around the building, he sounds like he's built the right way. From the mental side of it, too. Approaches everything the right way, mature. All about ball. Like, he's a guy this year that could come out and be hopefully a double-digit sack type of year, right? Pushing 14 sacks or something like that, because we have to have one of those guys so that we don't have to rely so much on Tony White blitzing all the time, right? He's always going to blitz. It's in his DNA. The dude can't help himself. But if you can have a guy that you're like, hey, we don't want to blitz because of this, right? Or this receiver's really good. We want to bracket him. Who's going to get home? Right, and that's the guy that I'm looking for. Like, you're going to need to scheme it up so you get your one-on-one matchup and go beat the tackle and get the quarterback on the ground.
I interviewed him last year. I was like, are you sure you're a freshman?
Yeah.
I mean, the way he carries himself, I mean, he's got an old soul. So what is it about Cam that separates him as the pass rusher?
I saw a lot of bend and get off for a young player last year. The number one thing that frightens you as an offensive tackle is a player's get off. Like, how quickly is he getting off the football to where I can't beat him to the spot in a pass protection, right? The dance of a pass protection between an O lineman and a D lineman so much is, okay, how do I get out of my stance, get to the junction point, and be ready to fight in a good body position before he gets there, right? If he beats me to the spot, I'm now in a panic set, and I have to try and figure out how I'm just going to survive the rep. And so many times last year, I thought he had a tremendous get-off to where he was putting tackles in tough positions body-wise to not be able to get hands on him. And then he used his natural athleticism, and that's just going to continue to develop. From last year, I felt like it was just rushing a lot off natural athleticism. Now it's like, okay, what tools have you put in for your counter move or your spin move or your up and under or like your long arm? Like, how many things have you continued to develop on as a pass rusher to where now you'll be able to combine that natural athleticism, combine that get-off with actual technique work with the D-line?
Okay, top 5 most nightmare defensive or pass rushers that you had to face. NFL, college.
So Von Miller's number 1. I played him when I was a redshirt freshman at Kyle Field, night game, when he was a senior. And that was...
Did he whoop your butt?
Oh, crushed me. Crushed me. I mean, I remember all week long, too, it was one of those things where the coaches were like, hey, this guy, he's pretty good. I'm watching the tape like, well, yeah, like, do you see what he's doing? And I remember the first third down we had, he ran around me like I was standing still and just crushed Coody Green. I mean, just let him.
What did you say to you?
And I literally was picking up Coody, and I go, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, I came off on the sideline. I was like, guys, I need help. Like, I physically can't keep up with this dude. And,
that's hilarious.
I mean, after that year, I was like, man, can I play in this league? And then I was like, oh, he went second overall in the draft. Okay. I might be okay. Brandon Graham from the Eagles is probably number 2. He was built so weirdly. He was like 6 foot tall, but he had like 34-inch arms. It's like long arm and short, and I could never feel like I could get under him. And so he was just kind of in my grill the whole time. Akeem Hicks from the Bears. Dude was like wrestling a grizzly bear, just mauler, big dude. Fletcher Cox is up there.
Nate, give us another college.
Alden Smith. Alden Smith, I played him when he was at Missouri that same year. So, I mean, I blocked the 2nd and the 6th overall pick as a redshirt freshman. Calhoun from Michigan State. He was another really tough guy to go. Jonathan Hankins from Ohio State. Mike Daniels from Iowa.
I said 5.
There was all those dudes that I just mentioned all played in the league, right? And I got a chance to go against them in college, which helped me become in the league. But man, I mean, I was lucky. And then honestly, the number 1 hardest guy to block throughout my entire, because I played him so much, was Randy Gregory. Like, I had to block him every single day, and it made me so much better, but it was a nightmare. He was so good.
Okay, on that note, we got to step aside for a break here on Sports Nightly. Husker fans, check out the all-new Hy-Vee Perks program. Sign up for the totally free Hy-Vee Perks program and enjoy exclusive perks pricing on hundreds of items in-store and online. Score big savings today at Hy-Vee.com/perks. Hy-Vee is an official grocery partner of Husker Athletics and is your one-stop shop for making your life easier, healthier, and happier. Visit your local Hy-Vee today.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I got in a crash. I'm okay. I was wearing my seatbelt.
People count on you to buckle up. Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high-performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails. Play a round of golf or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
For farmers, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. And at Valley, we feel the same, delivering game-changing technology and irrigation solutions that advance agricultural productivity, with the results to prove it. From our leading irrigation technology to expert advice, you can always rely on Valley to bring out the best in your farm. At Valley, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. We've got a couple quick segments left here of hour number 2. Got one question for you. What? Hour number one. Yeah, hour number 1. 2 segments left of hour number 1. There we go. Coming up in hour number 2, we're going to hear from Amaya Hargrove, one of the really great freshmen that are coming in that are going to join Amy Williams' squad. But had a question for you in the chat. Please ask Big Dog about being at the bottom of the pile after that Hail Mary win.
Oh, my gosh.
So, you had an anxiety attack, didn't you?
I did. And it's so funny because I probably get a picture once a week from someone that's like, oh, you're on Big Ten Network, because they air that episode of like the Hail Mary episode at least like 2-3 times a week. And someone's always like, oh, I'm watching on TV. I'm like, yep, I did that. And they're like, you were so young. I was like, yeah, I did that like 6 years ago before I had grays in my beard from kids. But no, yeah, we throw the Hail Mary, run down there. I'm on top of Western Camp, like, you freaking did it, right? And then just dog pile, right? And I'm claustrophobic, and me and Western Camp are face to face, and he's screaming, like, I see the panic in his eyes because you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Like every time you would breathe out, it was harder to get air back in your lungs. And so I had a full-fledged like panic attack, and I ran into Christine Cotton, Barney Cotton's wife, on the field, and she saw me, and she was like, come here, and like helped walk me into the locker room. Like everyone's celebrating in the locker room, and I'm laying on my back. They cut my jersey off of me. I still have the cut jersey at my house, and like I thought I was dying. I legitimately was like, I'm dead. This is where I die.
Were you trying to tell people to get off you?
Oh, 100. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, but you could hear nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And it was just like this dog pile over. It was a terrible.
Okay, so on that note, we are working on accumulating some best games, some classic game broadcasts. And we've aired a couple volleyball, or one volleyball, a couple basketball. But in July, Cole and Camden are putting together some football games for that whole week, and for that Greg's called. What game would you want to hear?
2012, Michigan State, where we come back from down 11 points in the fourth quarter, and we come back and win it on a last-second touchdown to Jamal Turner in the corner touchdown. Like, I can hear Greg's call of it. And that was one of my most memorable games for me, was at that stadium, you know, night game, down, the lights were going crazy, and just locked in and went for it. And, man, that was fun game.
We did have somebody actually suggest that, but
Yeah.
there was only one suggestion for that. Now you make it
Well,
two. So Cole, add it to the list.
That 2012 year, we had like 6 comebacks. Like we had to come back against Northwestern. We had to come back against Michigan State. We had to come back against Michigan, I think. Like that year was just the emotional roller coaster of 2012 was nuts.
So you had those comeback wins. Like when you talk about being a competitor and figuring out how to win, which is what we've seen with this football program, we've heard Coach Rule talk about, but this is a team that's been so close in a number of games. How does that click? How does that start to change that tide where you can go win those games like that?
It's as cliche as it is to say, you just have to win a couple. Like you have to feel in that moment like I've done this before and there's no panic. Right? If you're not used to pulling out of those close games and coming out on the winning side, it's hard to, human nature is to fall back what's comfortable, what you know. Right? And for so long, this program's been, well, you lose the close games, right? And so you get tight. You start to be like, man, are we doing this again? This can't keep happening to us. Like, I can remember in all those games in college, we never felt like we were going to lose. It was like, hey, we've been here before. We can do this. We've done it time and time again. Just stay in it. Stay in the now. Don't get too far ahead. Don't think about too much. Don't get tight. Like, keep playing what we're doing. And then once you string that together a few times, that then becomes the norm. The norm is not like, oh my gosh, here we go again. The norm is like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's exciting. Like, I can't wait to go out there and we're going to win this football game. It was never like, okay, let's not lose this football game. It's like, no, we're going to win. And once that's the mentality, it's just, you can't replicate that feeling. You can't replicate the feeling of a comeback win and how it made you feel emotionally, how you were able to check yourself physically, and all those things. It just comes with reps and doing it time and time again.
Okay, we're going to step aside for another break. We're going to get to our final segment here of hour number one. Husker fans, check out the all-new Hy-Vee Perks program. Sign up for the totally free Hy-Vee Perks program and enjoy exclusive perks pricing on hundreds of items in-store and online. Score big savings today at Hy-Vee.com/perks. Hy-Vee is an official grocery partner of Husker Athletics and is your one-stop shop for making your life easier, healthier, and happier. Visit your local Hy-Vee today.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails. Play a round of golf or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks, foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska.
Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com, 402-413-2400. We appreciate those texts coming in, and we're going to have one more big, long segment with Sirles coming up here in hour number 2. So if you've got questions for Sirles, get those in. We will get to those here in hour number 2. But we do have an update to the biggest news story of the day.
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah,
he came out with a statement saying that basically it's an inside job and they're trying to ban him because they're tired of his greatness. That's how I read it.
Wow.
They read it that he doesn't have a contract with another and that competitive eating and Nathan's are colluding against Joey Chestnut.
You were like pounding your chest. You were feeling the statements.
I mean, I've been following him. Like I said, kings stay kings, and Joey Chestnut is a king.
Do you think this is maybe a ploy to try to get somebody else to win?
I think it may be a ploy to strum up some like hype
drama
and then be like, we're going to let him back in.
Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, this is like stir up the pot a little bit and then let him back in. But, I mean, you can't have 4th of July without Joey Chestnut. It's just not American.
I mean,
What better way to be American than just gluttony and just shoving hot dogs in your face?
At some point, he's going to have to retire.
Never.
I mean, it's got to.
No. I mean, his body may. I mean, it's like any great athlete. Eventually, your body says you can't do this anymore. The mind is willing, but the body is not.
I wonder how he, like, you think about.
How do you train?
That's what I was just about to say. You know, like, how can somebody get to the point where they're competing with him? You know, like.
I don't know. I mean,
like, is it a talent?
It's got to be.
Is it like a God-given talent that he can eat that many hot dogs?
I mean, it has to be. It has to be
or
like.
Do you train?
I mean, just like God shaped it Tyrone Smith and was like, you will be a left tackle. As he made Joey Chestnut, he's like, you will be a competitive eater. Right? Like your stomach will be able to expand to that of 10 men. Like it's just incredible. And like he even said in his tweet, he's like, I've been training to win. I'm like, what is? He needs a documentary. I need a Joey Chestnut documentary.
I know.
30 for 30. Yeah.
Yes. And it can air right after the Nebraska volleyball 30 for 30. I mean, can you imagine, like, because you think about a lot of times you practice every day when you're in season, like eating 30, whatever, how many hot dogs a day.
He probably also has to be like very in shape. Like you got to get that weight off. Like it's got to, it will
and then
stick.
the timing of it, like in.
Yeah. Do you not eat for days? Because then your belly shrinks. Or do you just eat like lettuce? Do you eat like a rabbit and then you're like full feed?
No, I think you probably keep trying to stretch
Someone
it, right?
out here knows. If you know how
if you're a competitive eater and you're listening in, let us know how it works, because we do not know.
I'm so curious.
Okay, also, did you see the video that's going around on social media of the bull at the rodeo that jumps into the stands?
While God Bless America is being sang and this bull's running around and then just terrorizes the patrons. And that poor lady that was wearing red, like that wasn't her fault. She was out there. She wasn't even watching. She was getting a beer, some popcorn, and this bull was just like, oh, you thought, wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
We needed Coach Cook to be there with horse number 415 to rope that.
I mean, you need someone. I mean, how do you get that thing back in wrangled shape? I mean, that's a large animal.
Would you ever ride a bull?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I've done some dumb things in my life, but I like my life, and those things can kill you. And you willingly like, hey, let me tie myself to this thing and hold on. No, thank you. Cowboys are nuts.
Okay, so Carter just texted in and said, in an interview, they talked about drinking a lot of water to practice. It's from Carter.
I mean, anyone can drink a lot of water.
How much do you drink
I
a
try
day?
and get a gallon and a half a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try and do a gallon, and I fail most days, but I mean, I usually get at least a gallon in a day.
And then there's a well-known restaurant in Noble, Oklahoma that Mike asked me about in the chat, and he just texted in and asked if you could do the chicken fried steak challenge at Kendall's. You absolutely can dominate
What is
that.
it? What is it?
It's just like you eat it's like a huge chicken fried steak.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like of all those like steak challenges, food challenges, like you'd be the number one pick.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll push myself to the point of like death to try and win. I mean, that's kind of how I operate. So I'll give it my best try.
Okay. All right. Maybe we'll be done with food talk. We got hour number 2 here on Sports Nightly coming up.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails. Play a round of golf or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high-performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska. Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sap Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sap Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sap Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sap Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
Good evening. I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Husker pitcher Brett Sears earned first-team All-Central Region recognition from the American Baseball Coaches Association earlier today. The Big Ten Pitcher of the Year was 9-1 with a 2.16 ERA and had 101 strikeouts in 104 innings. Nebraska softball added 2 more transfers to the roster today. From Arizona, Olivia DiNardo, a catcher and utility player, spent the past 2 seasons with the Wildcats and will have 2 years of eligibility remaining. In her career at Arizona, DiNardo hit .340 with 20 home runs and 74 RBIs. Head coach Rhonda Revelle said in a statement, quote, "Olivia DiNardo is an exceptional softball talent. We are so excited that she is joining the Red Team. She is a fierce competitor who loves to compete and win. She has the ability to immediately step up on the field for the Huskers and make a big impact on both sides of the ball," end quote. And then former Arizona State pitcher Kylie McGee also transferred to Nebraska earlier today, according to her personal Instagram. In 2 years with Arizona State, McGee posted a 3.51 ERA, a .274 opponent's batting average, and 79 strikeouts in 89 innings of work. Nebraska women's golf also added a transfer today. Hannah Kono, a transfer from Oakland University, will have 3 years of eligibility remaining. The sophomore from Sweden was second on Oakland's team in individual stroke average over 27 rounds last season. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Here come the Razorbacks, bumping over the left. Gillen, she's stopped. Rick Allen, block number 11 for the Team 16. They're body bumping in Lincoln.
Dillon turns, hands it off to Dowdell, left side, bounces to the outside, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dante Dowdell.
Shelley throws down low. Markowski kicks it out to Jazz, knocked away by Marshall. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Shelley for 3. You betcha! Huskers take their first lead of the game with 30 seconds left.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Called strike 3. Breaking ball outside corner. Make it an even 10 for McConaughey, and the Hoosiers leave 2 more here in the top of the 7th.
Now the 3-2, and Bretwell swings and hammers it deep center field. She's gone! Home run, Eva Bretwell, and a 2-0 lead for the Cornhuskers.
Tominaga with 9, 8, 7, starts down the right side, goes to the right sideline, 4 seconds, step back, 30-footer. Got it! Unbelievable! I don't believe what I just saw. Tominaga knocks it home.
Here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Jeremiah Sirles on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Sports Nightly with the big dog, Jeremiah Sirles. I'm Jessica Coody. So I said we were going to stop talking about Joey Chestnut, but I had somebody tweet at me. Okay, so you and I are of the mindset we are not calling it X. But what verb would you?
It's Twitter.
Did he exit
tweeted,
me?
He tweeted at you.
Okay,
no,
but
no,
what
X
is
doesn't
it?
exist. X isn't a real thing. It's Twitter.
Okay, well, he tweeted at me.
There you go.
There's a rundown, and this is from Mr. Rick. There's a rundown on past years of the hot dog eating contest, late nights leading up to the event. I think Joey had something that happened to his jaw that allows him to consume food faster.
I mean, it's just like Michael Phelps. Like Michael Phelps has the double-jointed shoulders, the large hands. Joey Chestnut has the double-jointed jaw that just allows more food down the gullet. It's perfect.
And then Carla, your fave.
Carla!
Jessica, next time you have a nutrition segment, ask nutritionists how the competitive eaters operate. My guess is that amount of and type of food would mess up your digestive system. The gallbladder with bile and the parts of your colon. Yuck. I'm a foodie, but I can't watch those competitions. Thanks, Carla.
Any nutritionist is going to go, don't. Don't do that. Yeah.
Oh, funny stuff. Okay, maybe tomorrow we will move away from Joey Chestnut. I don't know.
We have to mourn. We have to mourn.
I mean, what else would we talk about in the summer?
Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
Not getting divorced.
Shane was pretty disappointed that Camden did not have that in the ticker.
Hey, listen, I thought Camden crushed that ticker. That
He
was
did.
an all-time ticker
Because
performance.
we had breaking news with the softball transfer that he's the second one, the pitcher.
Great players make great plays.
Yes.
And Camden made a great play.
I mean, he responded in last minute, and he's making adjustments and delivering there at the last minute bell. But so he did not include that in the ticker. But Rory McIlroy is not getting divorced. So is he the favorite to win the U.S. Open?
Scotty Scheffler is forever and always the favorite.
We are going to have a draft tomorrow.
Can't wait.
The four of us. We're gonna figure out something and talk about. I love these. I love the U.S. Open.
I mean, I love all the majors.
I know.
All the majors are so great, and you get to see all the guys. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of Liv, I'm excited that maybe we're going to get a merge back, and we're going to get to see all these guys together every single week. Like, it's great for the 5 times a year, but there's so many good golfers right now out there. Getting to watch them every single week would be just such a treat.
I'm a big Brooks Koepka fan, so
Really?
yes. Yep.
That surprises me.
Why?
Because he's kind of
a tool.
Yeah, that's a good word. I was looking for a better word than I was going to say.
I don't know.
He's kind of a tool.
I kind
And
of
he's-
like how real he is, and he gets into it with Bryson DeChambeau.
I mean, I don't know. I guess season 1 of Full Swing just made me lose so much respect for him.
Really?
Like, he was such a, like, I can't play with these guys. Like, these guys walk out, you're like, how do I mentally be? It's like, dude, pull it up, get it together, and let's go play
I
golf.
actually didn't watch the first season. I
Really?
watched the second one.
First
but-
season was good. My wife loves it. It's part of what got my wife into watching golf. Is like, obviously she plays a lot more now, but like that brought, and I've talked to a lot of my buddies who their wives have watched that, and like they actually fall in love with the guy. Right? They're not watching golf
yeah.
because they like love the sport, but they watch because they like Scotty Scheffler, they like Ricky Fowler, or
yeah.
they like or dislike Justin Thomas. Right? Like they just kind of, it's like a little drama series.
Yes, I'm also a big fan of DJ, and he's also Liv. So
Yep.
some of my favorite golfers are on the Liv.
Yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoy watching Bryson hit the golf ball. He's such a scientist, the way that he does things on that front.
You would like Bryson.
I like Bryson. He's loud.
I'm rolling
he's
my eyes
fun.
for those of you listening.
He's a lot of fun to watch. Obviously, Scotty's great. I love watching Jordan Spieth, even though he's been struggling a little bit lately. And also, one of my favorites is Hideki. I love Hideki's swing is so unique. Like, I love watching Hideki Matsuyama.
You do know I have some relatives, one that's on the tour.
On the tour. My wife actually asked me that. She's like, is that person? I was like, I'm 95% sure. I'm not 100, but I think that they are. So do you get to go to many events?
No, I mean, I went and watched them when they were on the Corn Ferry Tour last year when they went up to Omaha. But Parker and Pearson, so their grandpa's Charles Coody, who won the Masters, and Charles and my grandpa are first cousins. So
we're going to the Masters, is what I heard you say. Is that you can get us tickets to Augusta.
My wish.
Did you see that thing that came out where Augusta's opening? They're opening the course to the public for 1 week out of the year, and it's expected to be a $10,000 green fee per person.
Oh my gosh, you've got 10,000.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, I'm not paying $10,000 to golf. Are you out of your mind?
Oh man, not even at Augusta?
No. If I was like a scratch golfer, maybe. Right? Like if I wanted to test my medal, I'm a 20 handicap. Like, I'm going to go out there and make an absolute fool of myself. Like, I'm going to go pay 10 grand for punishment? Absolutely not.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so I did want to go back to something you had talked about, but we didn't have time in that first segment. You were talking about when you were facing Von Miller and coming off that year, you were like, can I play? It was your redshirt freshman year. Can I play at this level? We've got a lot of young offensive linemen. What changes between the end of your redshirt freshman year and when you go into your 3-year redshirt sophomore year?
Yeah, I actually had 2 of those moments. My first moment when I was a true freshman, and in training camp, we had a bunch of guards get hurt, and Pelini grabbed me. He's like, hey, Sirles, you ever play guard? I was like, no, I'll try. He's like, cool, you're with the 2s today. I was like, oh, sweet, this is my moment. Like, I'm going to go out there and do it. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, 2s versus 1s, inside run period. So I run up there and I break the huddle and I'm all excited. And I look across from me and Ndamukong Suh is standing there, right? And I promise you, he looks me dead in the eyes and he goes, who the F are you? And I didn't say a single word, just put my hand in the dirt. And when I tell you he threw me around, like I had never been thrown around before in my life. Like I physically couldn't block. He ruined practice because I could not block him, right? They're like, Sirles, come on. I was like, I'm not strong enough. I'm not fast enough. I don't have enough mental to outsmart him. Like he beat me up and down the field. My dad actually still has the email because I went home that night and I wrote my dad an email. I was like, well, Dad, at least I'm going to get my education paid for. I can't play with these guys. I'll get my degree from the university, but I just don't think I'm cut out for this. And then I proceeded to watch him do it to everyone and then get drafted second overall. And then going into my second year, that gave me a little bit more confidence going into my second year, getting to practice against him every single day. And then, there was a few times during that year playing against Aldon Smith, playing against Jeremy Beal from Oklahoma, who was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, playing against Von Miller. I got to play against some really quality opponents that year that kind of let me cut my teeth in a trial by fire way. But then to be able to come back your next year and feel so much more comfortable in just what it's like to play a full season, right? When you're playing your first full season as a young player, you're honestly just treading water, trying to survive week to week to week.
So it's more so like just the not knowing.
Not knowing. Yeah. You've never done it before. You're just like, okay, what does it look like to game plan at a high level? What does it look like to scout at my opponent while also scouting the film, and how do I watch film? How do I do all of this stuff as a starter versus just a role player in the room? And when you get a chance to come back that next year and be the guy for the second year, you really can settle into your routine, your rhythm, take things out that were distractions, input things that'll be helpful. And also you've got another year to be just bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
Right? You're developing so rapidly from 18 to 20 years old that the changes your body can make in those 2 years is crazy. And you're lifting every day and you're running every day, so you're feeling more comfortable of being able to go out there and compete on a physical level, and then you just elevate the next. You can take massive jumps from your first year starting to your second.
Okay, so and then Turner Corcoran has just not been able to stay healthy, but what does his projection maybe look like if he does have a healthy year?
I think people need to understand, and this, if you get hurt and have major surgery or have a major injury during the season, you don't have an off season. Right? And all that stuff I just talked about being able to become bigger, faster, stronger, doesn't exist. All you hope for is that you'll be back to what you were before the injury. Right? You're just like, man, I hope I am who I was before I blew my knee or before I broke my foot or before I tore my shoulder or whatever it is. And so you lose that whole time while everyone else is gaining that. And so you feel like you're behind the 8 ball a little bit. And so, a guy like Turner that's dealt with nagging stuff here and there, I think that he was put in a tough spot when Teddy kept getting hurt, that he should have been playing inside. I've been saying it for a long time. I think Turner would be a very good guard or even a center. But, because we needed him on the edge so much, he was forced to play out there, and he had the shoulder issue, and he had the surgeries and coming back. But, I think that he projects for me more of an inside guy if Teddy can stay healthy.
Okay, so I was going to ask you that. So if everything goes according to plan and everybody's healthy, because Teddy got hurt during training camp last year. So if Teddy's healthy, if Turner comes back, you think Teddy and Benhart are tackles and Turner moves inside? I
would love to. So from left to right, and the guards can be interchangeable based off what side they feel comfortable on. I'd love Teddy and Benhart on the outside, or Teddy and Benhart on the outside, Ben Scott in the middle, and then Micah and Turner kind of in there, and then you have Henry Lutovsky fighting for that
and
job.
Justin
Evans fighting for that spot, right? You have competition in there of who's going to kind of come forward and be the next guy. But it's good to have multiple dudes you feel comfortable, because I can't remember in recent history where we've lasted all season with the same 5 starting guys.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. You need to have 5 to 8 guys that you feel extremely comfortable with that could start multiple games for you, so that you don't have a drastic drop-off if one of those guys get hurt.
You talked about a lot of these guys are gaining weight. I saw Ethan Piper graduation. That guy, he didn't even look like the same guy. It was funny because the athletics department people were taking photos and they're like, oh my gosh, didn't even recognize you. They almost missed him going on the stage. Like, he dropped the weight quick.
Yeah,
Some of those offensive linemen are that way.
You go one way or the other. I've been doing the yo-yo, which is terrible. Don't do what I do. Where you're like, I got down to like 270 and I was like, yeah, and then I got back up to 305 and I got down to 285. I got back up to, it's for me, it's been hard to keep it off, but some dudes had to work so hard to keep it on.
Yeah.
Right? Some dudes, eating was a job. I played with Jake Cotton, who in high school, like his junior year, he was on the dive team. And then he showed up to Nebraska at 305 and played offensive guard for 5 years. And then the second he was done, it just fell off of him. And now he looks like a beanpole and he water skis out in Lake Michigan every day. Those are the kind of guys that just, it's hard for them to keep it on sometimes.
Your boy Gabe Eichert couldn't. He dropped it real quick.
Yeah,
he was like a tight end and had to really push to keep it on.
Yeah, no, I'm envious of those guys. I wish it was harder to keep it off.
You talked about the knee injury. So, funny story. I was teaching swimming lessons all last week with my mom down in Oklahoma, and we had a play day on Friday, and I really thought that I tore my meniscus pulling kids on the noodle. I mean, I got out, and I could barely walk. I was like, I tweaked my knee. Like, luckily, I think it's all right, but I, for 2 days, couldn't walk on it.
Oh, that's a terrible feeling. When you've hurt your knee before and you do something, you're like, no, something's not right in there.
Do you still have problems with yours?
So my left knee has no ACL. It's disintegrated. So I got it replaced in 2007 when I tore it. And Dane Todd, love Dane, he works on me. I was like, man, my knee's bugging me. Can we get a picture of it? And he's like, yeah, we'll get a picture of it. And he calls me. I'll never forget. And he goes, dude, how do you
walk?
How do you do the things that you do? Like, I was like, I don't know. He's like, your ACL is gone. Like, you're bone on both sides, lateral medial meniscus. He's like, if you were 45, I would schedule a replacement for you tomorrow.
Wow.
It's like, but we got to get you to 45. I was like, damn, that's 13 years away, dude. He's like, we just got to wait. I was like, all right, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I mean, I've had 7 total surgeries, right? So I've had 2 knee, 2 ankle, 2 shoulders, and then I had to get MRSA taken out of my elbow once. So, I'm going to hit double digits at one point in my life. I'm just hoping stem cells get to the point where you can regrow things before I have to start replacing things with titanium parts.
I think I'm going to have a knee replacement, too.
For sure. Anyone that's had an ACL at one point in time is going to have a knee replacement because the arthritis just starts ripping things apart in there.
Mine, cracks when
one of my best friends, the guy that runs my O-line gym up in Minnesota, 37 years old, having a total knee on August 1st.
Oh, man. Greg just texted back. You told him, don't look at the text line about the hot dogs. What did he say?
He just loved it. He just loved it. I mean, I was like, Greg, listen, if you're not listening and you're just checking the hot dog line, you're going to be very concerned about what's happening in studio tonight.
Not the Sports Nightly hotline, the Sports Nightly hot dog line.
The hot dog line tonight. It's the Joey Chestnut tribute line tonight. We're all in support, solidarity.
So what happens on Thursday is the joke of the week with Cole.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Do you have a good one, Cole? Are you ready? Are you researching? We're researching. You got R&D on it?
So, since this is specialty, if you have one, you can get in on the action too.
Ooh.
You can think about it.
I'll do some R&D.
You can think about it. We're gonna do the golf draft, of course, and also I talked to Julie Rule today.
Nice.
Yeah,
how's she doing?
Her business is opening up. The Dry Bar coming up on Friday.
She's gonna crush. She's gonna absolutely crush.
She's amazing. So great, and is a huge part of the culture that's in place here. And we talked a lot about that. So we're gonna hopefully bring that interview to you as well. I went to Dry Bar. It's awesome, but we'll talk more about that here coming up in our segment number 3. So we're going to let you get out of here again. Coming up next, we're going to start our Newcomer series with women's basketball, Amaya Hargrove. But you'll be back coming up tomorrow, and maybe we'll keep talking hot dogs. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, it's literally it's a moment-to-moment thing. We never know what's going to happen.
I mean, you're always down to talk food. So.
I'm never going to not talk about hot dogs.
Okay.
I'm going to find a Joey Chestnut shirt and order it online.
Yeah, cover up the guns tomorrow.
Never. It's summertime. Are you kidding me? I had a long sleeve on last night. I was in here. It's 1,000,000 degrees in here.
It's hot in here.
I was like, if I could wear no shirt, I would.
All right. Well, this went fast yet again, but we'll look forward to having you back here once again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Go Big Red.
Okay. Coming up next, we will hear from Amaya Hargrove. And again, appreciate all those texts coming in all night for Sirles on our Woodhouse hot dog sports line. What is it? Woodhouse Auto Family hot dog line. Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Shop smarter online for your next vehicle with Buy Now from Woodhouse. Car buying 100% online from your local trusted auto partner. Easily compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected cars, trucks, and SUVs features, capabilities, and payments. Conveniently apply for financing and complete your paperwork for purchase 100% online, anytime from anywhere. Plus, we'll deliver it to your driveway. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm broadcasting Major Connor Clark with Campus News. UNL's Center for Transformative Teaching works with educators across all majors on new teaching strategies for a new generation of students. The Center for Transformative Teaching helps instructors grapple with AI in the classroom, use data modeling to enhance student learning, earn grants for exploring new teaching methods, and provides crucial insights that power academic success.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Get ready to rule the field and revolutionize your farming game with Valley, the game changer in irrigation and ag tech solutions. With time and labor-saving measures, ground-truthing results, and effective input reduction, Valley provides the perfect game plan so you stay ahead of what's in the field. From the best in irrigation and cutting-edge ag tech solutions to personalized support, Valley is your winning team. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Did I forget something?
No, just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, don't forget to buckle up. Drive safe.
I will. Love you too.
Someone is counting on you to buckle up. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Woodhouse has been delivering you confidence in car buying since 1975, and now we're giving you the convenience of doing it 100% online with Buy Now. Anytime, from anywhere, you can compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected, pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are available to purchase completely online. Shop smarter with personalized, estimated payments on all the inventory. Apply for financing and schedule your driveway delivery all online. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
Husker fans, springtime in Sarpy County means sports and outdoor activities. Catch an Omaha Storm Chasers baseball game or a Union Omaha Pro soccer match at Werner Park. Visit Fontenelle Forest, where you can enjoy tree rush adventures or hike and bike on one of the many trails. Play a round of golf or experience great fishing. Relax, refresh, and rediscover yourself with a springtime trip. Plan your adventure at GoSarpy.com.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. When we started planning our summer content, Greg and I, last year we did this series and it was awesome. It was so great. We started to get to know some of the newcomers, the new faces, the new Huskers of Nebraska women's basketball, Nebraska men's basketball, and Husker volleyball over the course of the summer. So we are going to bring back the Newcomer series and introduce you to some of those new faces, let you get to know them a little bit. It's probably going to take us all summer to get through the men's newcomers, but we have started with the women's basketball team and Amaya Hargrove, which, by the way, this freshman class coming in with Britt Prince and Amaya and then Kennedy, going to be, I think, a really special trio there. And I saw that there's some way too early rankings that have Huskers in the top 25 going into next year. So you got a lot of people coming back, and you add this talented group of freshmen. So we're going to start with women's basketball and Amaya Hargrove out of Illinois, a small town in Illinois. So one of three freshmen that are going to be joining Husker women's basketball. You're out of Christopher, Illinois. So I just want to, spend some time getting to know you a little bit and your recruiting story and let Husker fans get to know you a little bit. So let's start there. You're recruiting. You had all kinds of offers. You're one of the top recruits in the state of Illinois. Illinois recruited you. How did you land on the Huskers? Take us through that.
It was kind of unexpected, honestly. They were kind of just like in my back pocket the whole time, and then I came here on a visit. They were my very last visit, an official, and I just fell in love with it, and I was like, yeah, this is where I want to go. So I committed the day before I left, so it was just kind of a whirlwind, but it was the best. So
I got to imagine you probably came into it thinking, I'm going to take my time, but when you were here, I mean, what was it that you said, okay, I cannot wait, I've got to commit while I'm here?
Yeah, just meeting the staff and the whole team, they just made me feel so comfortable and so welcome, and it was just a very genuine connection, and that was really big for me when I was looking for a school. So when, I kind of got that feeling, like when you know.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got that, I was like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be, So
you committed even before your senior season. How important was that for you to be able to maybe just concentrate, get the commitment over with, know where your home's going to be, and be able to play your senior year?
Yeah, that was huge for me because just the recruiting process is kind of stressful, especially as like a young athlete. So really just going into senior year, not having to worry about it and just being able to like enjoy my last year at home was really big. So having that out of the way was like the best thing ever.
So from Christopher, Illinois, which is a small school, you played for the smallest classification, right, in a high school in Illinois. Yeah. Tell us about Christopher. What is that town like?
Yeah, there's not much in Christopher. No stoplights, just a bunch of stop signs. It's a very close community, just being small, but athletics is pretty big there. Basketball was really big. My junior year, we went to state, and we were the first team to go to state, so that was huge. It was really cool to see just like the whole town rally around you, and even a lot of supporting area schools. It was really cool. But yeah, not much to do, just real small and very tight. So, that's really all I can say. Just a lot of good people.
You talked about the athletics. You played basically every sport, right? Track, softball, volleyball. How was that, being able to compete in all those sports?
It was really fun. I made a lot of good friends, especially from other schools. And since we were so small, it was a lot of the same girls playing the same sports. So we all got really close too. We became more like sisters than just like classmates. So yeah, it was really fun and got to make a lot of good friends through the area just because, we were playing schools that are 10 miles from us. So yeah, it was just a really cool thing to see different relationships grow.
We talk a lot about that with athletes here. How important was that for you to play multiple sports, and how did that help you, I guess, become the basketball player you became?
Yeah, I think it definitely helped just like not getting burnt out because basketball it was year round, you go from school to travel ball, but having different sports in between was kind of like a stress reliever almost. I treated volleyball as like my fun, just like go out, do whatever. If you had a bad game, you're still upset, but it wasn't the end of the world, as much. In basketball, it's more of like a business. And that was what I was focused on. So it was fun to do other stuff, kind of let my body move and relax in different ways. So I think it's really important for, high school athletes to do multiple sports just because that way you don't get burnt out.
Absolutely. You played shortstop, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
My mom always said I was the world's tallest shortstop.
So rank the sports after basketball then for you.
Okay. Yeah. Volleyball's definitely number 2. Okay. Probably softball, then track. I was a short distance runner in track. I ran like the 100, 200, so it was never too bad, but still running, sometimes it's like but yeah, it was good. I only played softball for 1 year. I played like travel ball when I was younger, then I played all through grade school, and then once I got to high school, I was kind of burnt out from the travel ball thing because it's like constant, and it was just a lot, like starting basketball too. So I got back into it my junior year, and I had a good year, but this year I wanted to focus more on basketball just because I was going to be leaving soon. So we play softball in the spring.
So how did you come to find the love for basketball then? If you played all these sports growing up, why basketball for you?
It just kind of happened, honestly. There was never like a real defining moment where it was like, this is what I want to do. I started playing in 3rd grade. We had like a little 3rd and 4th grade tournament. And I was like, okay, yeah, this was fun. I did it again the next year. And then in 5th grade, I got to play. I played varsity for our junior high team. And that's when I think I kind of was like, okay, I could really be good at this and I really enjoy it. So I probably started taking it like seriously in 6th grade. That's when I started travel ball. And yeah, I think my love just kind of like progressively grew. There was never like this is what I want to do, this is it, from a super young age, but it just was something that kind of constantly grew as I got older. So
you became your high school's all-time leading scorer. What was that like when you get that record? How was that journey for you getting to that point?
Yeah, it was really cool. TJ Wheeler, who held the record previously, he's a pretty good family friend of ours. So it was kind of cool to see him like pass the torch in a way. But it's just a huge honor, and to be a girl to do it, I think it's super cool. And just shows, other young girls that there's something to strive for and that, you can do anything a boy can do on the court. So it was just really exciting for me.
So I got to imagine every team did everything possible to keep you from scoring, but yet you were still able to do that at will. So how did that work for you, being that, again, everybody was trying to keep you from doing that, but yet you were still able to do it?
Yeah, I think it was just finding different ways, if they were triple teaming me in the post, maybe pulling it out, trying to score on the outside, and then when they did, maybe trying to beat them to the basket. It was a lot of quick thinking usually, and my teammates were really good at trying to get me the ball when I was open, and they were also really good. I could pass to them and they could hit a shot too, so it took some of the pressure off me a little bit. But this year, my senior year, we played with a lot of younger girls, a lot of underclassmen, so trying to get them kind of teach them the ropes of high school basketball while also trying to win games and be competitive. It was a little hard to balance sometimes, but overall it made me a better leader and a better person.
So, from a small town, a lot of people might say, oh, it's hard to be recruited there and all of that. But what would be your message to maybe a young girl that's from a small town that, hey, look, you can find a way to get a big-time D1 Power 5 college offer? Yeah,
I think just get on an AAU team. That's what I did. I played out a team from St. Louis. And Brad Bealey, great program, great people. So highly recommend if you're from the Midwest, Brad Bealey. But yeah, I think just being on the circuit and working hard and, getting your name out there, whether it's through social media or posting your highlights or any sort of, camps you can go to. I think elite camps definitely help too, team camps, whatever you can do just to get your name out there. Because, you can do it from a small school. And that's what I always told people was like, I'm going to do it from a town of, 2,800. So, yeah.
That's very cool. So your dad is Anthony Hargrove, defensive end in the NFL, played, almost a decade in the NFL, won a Super Bowl with the Saints. What was that like growing up with a dad that was an NFL vet?
Yeah, it was really cool. Now, looking back on it, I think I realized how cool it is more than when I was little. I was like 4 when he won the Super Bowl. So being there, I obviously vaguely remember. I remember like the confetti coming down and being on the field, but just like little things. I wish I was older to where I could have kind of remembered things and been a little more into the experience. But now it's like he's just dad, and people will go out and people will be like, "Oh my gosh, like can I have an autograph?" And I'm like, why? He's just my dad, So it's funny. I think as I'm getting older, I'm kind of starting to realize like how much of an athlete like that he really was. He was a freak of nature, still is, honestly, at 40. But yeah, I think as I'm getting older, it's just cooler for me to see and kind of realize. And as I'm going through that process, just realizing how cool he really is and what he did and, the level that he played at. It's crazy.
Shout out, Dad. She now says you're cool.
Yes, big shout out to Dad.
What were some of the things that he instilled in you as an athlete, being that he did it for so long at the highest level? Every college football player, that's what they want to be and strive to be. So what were some of the things that he instilled in you as you were growing up as an athlete?
I would say the top thing is just mental toughness. You're going to have those days, you're going to have those moments where things get hard and just being able to push through. And then also like clicking into that next level when you're playing or when you're working out, you're practicing, whatever you do, even just in everyday life, just constantly striving to be your best, giving your 110%. And I think just like work ethic, always, like I said, giving your best, doing your best, just being the best possible version every day and trying to constantly level up and be better. I think those are just the major things that he's always preached to me, and now it's kind of like in my blood and in my nature, so I'm really thankful for that.
I know it was a different sport, but a lot of times when you have a parent, that went on and played at that level, can be some pressure. Did you ever feel that? How did you manage that?
Yeah, I don't think I ever felt the pressure when I was younger. I feel like now that I'm in college, I'm like not trying to live up to my dad, but just, going and trying to make him proud, saying, my dad is a college athlete, I am too, my dad is a professional, maybe I will be too someday. But no, he himself never put any type of pressure on me, just always wanted me to be my best in whatever I do, whether it's school or basketball or, being a good person. So
that's very cool. So I noticed you are a pretty big fan of one Larry Bird.
Yes.
How is that? Tell us about that.
My grandpa, he's a huge basketball fan. Obviously, he watched, Magic and Bird and the Dream Team and all that. And that's my favorite era of basketball is like the 80s, 90s. Yeah, I think it's the best. He has the Dream Team documentary recorded on his TV. I watch it just about every time I go over there. But really, my grandpa, I think, started it, and I love Magic Bird rivalry. It's amazing. But yeah, I think just watching old stuff with him kind of grew me into that. And then we actually got to go to French Lick last summer. My grandparents and then my cousin and I went, and we got to see like his old high school. And we got to go to his house. We stayed at like the restaurant, or we stayed at the hotel, ate at the restaurant. We actually, when we got onto the court, there was like a back door was like held open with a little weight. And my grandpa, he coached football at my high school way back when. So he knew like small town, if there's a weight in the door, like somebody's in there, it's open. So that was pretty funny. But we kind of snuck in there, and their trainer was walking around at the top of the thing, and we were like, hey, we're not trying to, intruder thing. We just wanted to see the gym. And she's like, oh yeah, come in. And they got to talking, and my grandpa ended up telling her that I was committed to Nebraska and I would be here. And she was like, really, my fiance, we're huge Nebraska fans. So I was like, small world. It was so cool. But yeah.
So what was it about Larry Bird then? I mean, other than your grandpa, what did you like about his game once you started watching him play?
Yeah, I think it's just his creativity. He's an elite passer. It's so cool to watch his highlights and just how hard he plays. He was constantly like diving on the floor or diving into the bleachers. And I am not like this really. Like he was always like fighting or scruffing or talking. I'm not into that, but I think it's cool to kind of see other people and just the way that they tick and the way that they work on the court, even when sometimes it's different from you. And so I've kind of taken a little bit of things from his game, here and there. But yeah, I like watching his scrappiness. I think it's really funny. That's neat that you share that with your grandpa, because I mean, it's just not something that you hear, a story like that. I mean, that's got to be pretty special for you guys to get to share that. Yeah, my grandpa and I are very close. Like I said, he was our AD, our coach, so he's been in sports his entire life. So he kind of helped when I was growing up. That was the thing, everybody in my family played every sport. So yeah, I think through sports we got really close, and we also obviously just have a deep connection just between each other. So I love him. How about that? A Larry Bird fan. She is absolutely fantastic, and I think she's going to be a great addition to this Husker women's basketball program. You can listen to that full conversation out now on our podcast platforms and our YouTube channel as well. And that is episode number 1 of our Newcomer series. We will have plenty of those coming up over the next few weeks. I've got a couple volleyball players lined up for next week. They're in the middle of camps, working camps this week. So hopefully we'll be able to get them in next week. A couple of them, because a couple of them are with Team USA. And then we'll start talking to some of the Nebraska men's basketball players too. We're scheduled to have Coach Hoiberg on tomorrow night on the show, so that will be fun now that the roster's kind of set. So lots of fun stuff still to come this week. All right, we got to step aside for a break here on Sports Nightly. Sarpy County, where great food, drink, shopping, concerts, and fun await you. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, Let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm broadcasting Major Connor Clark with Campus News. For the 7th straight year, the University of Nebraska system is a top 100 patent-earning institution in the world. NU researchers were granted 46 patents in 2023, ranking the university at number 55 nationally, ahead of Big Ten schools like Michigan State and Penn State.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
For farmers, productivity isn't an option. It's everything. And at Valley, we feel the same, delivering game-changing technology and irrigation solutions that advance agricultural productivity, with the results to prove it. From our leading irrigation technology to expert advice, you can always rely on Valley to bring out the best in your farm. At Valley, productivity isn't an option. It's everything. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
A few drinks at home after work, a couple of hits at a party with some friends, over-the-counter drugs for a minor illness, a new daily prescription, and you're not quite sure how it makes you feel. It doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If it impairs you, driving becomes deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. Brett in Columbus on our text line mentioned earlier, he said it brought up that Cade Povich and Spencer Schwellenbach are supposed to pitch against each other tomorrow night. How cool is that going to be? So I'm bringing in Camden because he's got an update. He's got more info on that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nebraska Baseball put out a tweet the other day that said...
So you still call it tweets, too?
I do.
Okay.
What do you
You're
call
with
it?
Sirles
Exer? I don't know. But they put out a tweet the other day that said that Nebraska is one of 11 schools to have 3 or more starting pitchers in the MLB right now.
Wow.
So that's pretty impressive considering, I mean, I'd say the other 8 are probably SEC, like we talked about yesterday. And then Jared Meister, the SID for baseball, said it'll be the first time 2 Huskers start against each other on the mound, and the last time 2 college teammates started against each other in their debut season, this is any college team, was on September 4th of 2020 with Brady Singer with the Royals and Dane Dunning with the White Sox.
Wow. Okay, so game time, all of that, details, give us all that.
Yeah, so early first pitch time tomorrow, 5:35.
So we'll be able to talk about it on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be able to give updates throughout the entire show. Obviously starting pitchers, so we'll have several updates before the show even starts. And then as for TV, it's not on any national channels. It's a lot of their local Bally Sports channels. So if you have an MLB TV subscription, you'd be able to watch it there. Otherwise, I'm sure a lot of the bars would have access to it if you ask them for it.
So who are you going for, Cade or Spencer?
We'll say Cade because he's at home. Russ would want the Braves.
Yes,
Russ is a big Braves guy.
Russ is a Braves guy. I know he's really excited about Spencer. Cole, who you got?
I would go with Spencer for the sake of just remembering him, how important he was on that regional team when we played Arkansas a few years back.
All right.
So Spencer has a special place as a Husker for me.
I'll go with Cade then and go with, or go with Camden and go with Cade. Cade was one of the first interviews I did here. He called in after he got drafted. He was so nice, so great. So both those guys, just outstanding human beings. I didn't cover their season, but talked to both of them right after they got drafted. I know they're just like great representatives of Nebraska baseball. So we're going to be split down the middle tomorrow. Camden and I are for Cade. Cole, you and Russ are going to be for Spencer. So we will see them battle it out tomorrow. We'll have much more updates for you coming up tomorrow night on the show, so that should be fun. All right, we got to work in our final break and get to our final segment here of hour number 2 of Sports Nightly. Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com.
Get ready to rule the field and revolutionize your farming game with Valley, the game changer in irrigation and ag tech solutions. With time and labor-saving measures, ground truthing results, and effective input reduction, Valley provides the perfect game plan so you stay ahead of what's in the field. From the best in irrigation and cutting-edge ag tech solutions to personalized support, Valley is your winning team. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you can use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings, very possible. Playoffs, highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates, not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Did I forget something?
No, just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, don't forget to buckle up. Drive safe.
I will. Love you too.
Someone is counting on you to buckle up. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high-performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Well, I did want to go back and talk a little Husker softball because Rhonda Revelle and company just doing work. They have brought in a heck of a transfer portal class, and Camden threw this in last minute. It had happened right before breaking news, before the ticker, that Kylie McGee, the pitcher out of Arizona State, and then, of course, so when Greg and I were talking a couple weeks ago and they had the twins from Arkansas and then added the shortstop from Wisconsin that probably needed a couple more pieces, a big bat and then a pitcher, and to complement the pitching staff, and they got both, and both of those committed today. So, man, it is, you lose a great senior class like with Billy Andrews and Brooke Andrews and Sydney Gray, but you're adding some experience and you're getting all the pieces that you need to fill some of those spots, and then they have some great young talent coming back. So I really think that this is going to be a really, really, really fun softball team to follow and watch, and they got everything that they needed to be able to really go compete, not just for Big Ten titles, but, make a special run in the postseason. So I'm excited. And, we've talked a lot about Dylan Raiola and his helping to recruit for Husker football. I think you can obviously say the same for Jordy Ball and the job that she's done helping to bring in some of these athletes as well. And a lot of them, too, it's pretty cool. The pitcher does not have ties. She's from California, but there's a lot of these players have ties to Nebraska, and they want to come back home and be a part of it. I think that's really special. It's something that they have going on here. So can't wait. We'll have to have Coach Revelle on soon and dive into all of that. But so exciting as that big news, couple big pieces of news dropping today for Husker softball. So in our final minute or so, coming up tomorrow night on the program, mentioned this just last segment, a couple segments ago, we'll have Fred Hoiberg, men's basketball head coach, here in studio. They have been so busy. Talk about bringing in a transfer portal class. They've got a lot of guys that they brought in from the portal, and so I think the roster's pretty much set. So we're going to dive into all of that. It was great to have Amy Williams here on the show last week, so we're going to dive into all things Husker men's hoops tomorrow. And I teased this last night, but Darius Luff, he didn't appear for his interview today, so we're still working on trying to get the national champion in here in studio to talk about that. But I mentioned this as well, but had a chance to sit down with Julie Rule. Her coach Rule talks so much about the importance of her role within this football program, and she's opening a business, Dry Bar. It's going to be opening up on Friday. So we dove into so many things, and including wanting to open up a business here in Lincoln and invest in this community. The family aspect, some of the things that they do outside of just the football program, with the moms and all kinds of great stuff. So we'll be bringing that conversation here in the next couple of days as well. But Dry Bar is awesome. I went there today. She was kind enough to let me go check it out, and Lexi took great care of me. So if you're again interested in looking into that, they've got some great deals going on at the Dry Bar with Julie Rule, and it should be really great for the Lincoln community. All right, that's going to do it for this Tuesday night edition of Sports Nightly. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a brand new 2023 F-150 only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Shop smarter online for your next vehicle with Buy Now from Woodhouse. Car buying 100% online from your local trusted auto partner. Easily compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected cars, trucks, and SUVs features, capabilities, and payments. Conveniently apply for financing and complete your paperwork for purchase 100% online, anytime from anywhere. Plus, we'll deliver